Oh, one fell. What's up, guys? My name is Khan, and we're back today with more Infinifactory. And in the last episode, we finished off the resource site, and then we're on to this final resource site. And there's 5 puzzles here, and I thought that these 5 puzzles would be the last 5 puzzles of the game, but in the comments on the last video, a lot of you guys were saying there are more puzzles, and once we beat this, it unlocks a whole different type of career mode. I really don't know. But anyways, we're going to keep going with meat product type 57. The aliens have some really interesting stuff. I have no idea. We're making a meat I'm very curious to see what this is. Oh, this is nice. Look at this. We're in like some forested area now. We don't really have a lot of... What the heck? Are there gopher holes? Are there... hold on. Does anything... Are you serious? That's awesome. Okay, so there's gophers. So we can play whack-a-mole? Is that... Okay, so what do we have to do? Wait, we have to... Are you serious? We have to catch the gophers and feed them through the meat product facility? Is that what this is? This is like... Really? Okay. Apparently the aliens eat gophers. That's a very interesting diet choice. Do we just like sensor piston? Is that, I mean, that seems like the most reasonable thing to do, right? Just put a sensor here, grab a piston, go like this, put a conduit piece in the middle. Wait, then they run away? This is actually the most amazing thing. There's so many gophers. Oh, one fell. Okay. So they just like move in a random order. Oh, 2 fell. Okay. 3 fell. Okay, I see what we can do actually. Can we just go like this, right? If they get pushed that way, yeah, then they're eventually gonna have to walk off, right? So we'll just do this, and we'll do that. So then we'll just bring the whole series of gopher boys over to here, and then shoot them up. And that's totally not going to go far enough, is it? We need like a 2-stage lifter. They can jump off the conveyor belt? Are you serious? This is the most ridiculous problem I think we've ever... Okay, so we just build walls on everything, I guess. I mean, that's the way to do it. Alright, so we'll just... We're basically building a factory. Why can't... Okay. I don't understand. We're like harvesting gophers. This seems super inefficient though for block score. There's got to be a way to do this without building... I mean, I guess the way to do this without building all these blocks is just say screw it and let as many gophers fall off as you want. But, I mean, now it should be like 100% effective, right? Yeah, it keeps jumping back. Can't go anywhere. Okay, when they're on the lift, they don't seem to walk. Only when there's a support platform underneath them. Okay, so that's good. The lift is, of course, not tall enough. We need a 2-stage lift here. So we'll go 1 lift up, and then piston here, and a sensor. And that'll push them over to the 2nd lift. This is awesome. This is the new element of random is fantastic. I love that there's actual... gophers in this. So many gophers. This is great. Like Gopher Island. Okay, so that works good. And then we'll just, you know, we'll push it over again. Probably not the most efficient way to do this, but I mean, I think it's gonna work regardless. And then we'll do that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And we'll just have a secure conveyor belt line just to make sure. And then I think we don't need it secured outside of that. This has got to be the biggest waste of blocks ever. All right, here we go. Harvest the gophers. No, go back. Yep. Up, over, up, over. Sometimes they kind of like run against the conveyor, but I mean, they can't jump, so that's all right. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so that works. And then, you know, make a line of 5. We'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th one can just roll off the end. And then the 5th one will trigger a sensor. Again, probably not the most efficient way to do this, but you know what? It will work. And we'll go like that. And then that'll push the other 4 off in 4 different conveyors. Just like so. So then this one can feed that. This one can go here. This is definitely not the most efficient block score. But you know what? It's okay. We're going to go, and then this one just goes way out all the way over. Actually, no, we can't do that. We need a gap there. Just in case, so we can put a block piece. Just in case, you know, the machine gets backed up. We don't want them, you know, going too far. And then this one will go here, and we should be good to go. Distributing them evenly between 5 different locations. That is, yeah, that's definitely inefficient. All right, Gopher Factory 101. Here we go. Let's go. Harvest the, I guess they're moles. Is it moles or gophers? Will it be whack-a-mole? I don't know. I think they, maybe they are moles. All right, perfect. Perfect. It's just like a saran wrap. They just basically wrap them up in plastic and then ship them off to the aliens. All right, 1, 2, 3. Come on. It's very inconsistent, though, the amount that come through. 5. Perfect. Perfect. This is working great. Stop running the wrong... Wait, what? You know what? I don't even care. You know what? You guys are walking off each other's heads. You know what? It's fine. You guys will just be the lucky few, I guess. All right, how are we doing here? 4 left on each. I mean, how do you even... Okay, cycle score 200. I don't know what the low cycle score is. Everyone seemed to have a really low cycle score. Oh boy, you guys are still getting out. We need to have walls on the lifts, apparently. But whatever, it's working. Should almost be done there. Boom. Oh, actually, perfect cycle score. Like, better than pretty much everybody. It's just me on my own there. Really? And footprint, pretty much the same. And blocks, pretty much the same. So everyone did the same thing. How did everyone not get the same cycles? All right, well, that was an awesome... That was really cool. Meat product. What?
Oh, I've got it. We have visual...
Are humans trying to save me? Interesting. They're trying... Someone... That was weird. It was like a transmission breaking up. Anyways, whatever. We're gonna get into the relaxing Formula 13. That transmission kind of stressed me out. All right, what do we got? Oh, we gotta build a tree? Are you serious? Or no, a tree comes out. Okay, so we produce trees. Which then go... what? So if we feed wood into this, it makes that? Is that... like, I'm confused. What do we have here? Oh, I see. Okay, that's empty. Gotcha, gotcha. We have to fill it. So we have to put the container on it, empty, and then fill it up with wood from the tree. Is that how this all works? Oh, it's leaves. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so we have to grind up the tree, gather the wood trunk for Operation X, and save all the leaves. Okay, this is gonna be a tough challenge here. We got a whole ton of stuff to do. First thing we're gonna do, I guess we can just bring these all the way over to that piece, because like there's no real risk of that, right? I don't think. So then that'll feed the containers through, and we'll have to assemble them in here. Okay, and now we need a wood log for every container, and we need a bunch of leaves. So I'm assuming the efficient way to do this is to have, like, what's the ratio of trees to containers? It's 1 tree, 1 container. Is it 1 tree per container? It is. Okay, so we can just literally... We only need to recover 3 leaves from this entire tree and 1 wood log from this entire tree. So that makes it a little bit easier, but we need 3 individual leaf blocks. So if we go like this and we put an eviscerator here, this should recover the bottom piece of wood and shave like 3/4 of the tree down. Actually, this is cool. And then we can put conveyor that snags some of the leaves as the rest of the tree gets shaved down. What about like this? Okay. We just take the whole leaf pile and we move it to some new destination. That's how we do it. Aha. Okay, okay. Hold on. One more. Like this. And then we bring it over There we go. And then we can just drop it through a grid, and then the grid cuts it to pieces. Okay, that's... We can't put these up, though, can we? That's fine. We'll drop it through a grid, and then we'll feed... There's the log that can come out that way. Right, single log piece. Perfect. Okay, now just to design a grid pattern that'll actually hack this thing to pieces. Actually, you know what? We need to shave off the whole top, too. Because if we don't shave off the top, then we're just going to have a whole excess of pieces that we don't need. Because we only need one layer of it. So there we go. We'll shave off the whole top. We want to keep that piece, right? No, we don't. We want to cut this piece. We want to keep that piece. So now we have 3 pieces there. And then we want to cut. Is that right? And then we need to go up and cut everything in the previous layer. There's probably a better way to make this grinding facility happen. But then this will cut outside layer, next layer. This will cut and leave that block, and that block. Right? I think. This should be a perfect slab cutter. Alright. Perfect. So now it leaves 3 blocks, and then we can take those 3 blocks and feed them onto a single belt that goes off into the medicine producing machine, I guess it is. Okay, so there we go. So that's the belt. That's supposed to be leaves or rocks? It looks like leaves from the side, but then it looks like rocks when you cut it up. Or some weird, I don't know, some weird alien plant. Alright, so let's feed this in. That's actually awesome. Okay, and then now we have to assemble the whole thing. So it needs to be log, and then this piece needs to go up on top of the log. And then... yeah. And then the radio piece needs to go on top. Actually, hold on. What if we build it on a lifter? Because if we build it on a lifter, we just need to put the pieces on in the reverse order. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to put... this guy's going to go here. Okay, onto the lifter. The primary lifter. And then this guy goes next. Right? And then this guy goes last. And if we can sequence them in the right order, it should stack it, and then we'll just have a piston push the whole thing off. I think. This might work. And we can just weld it from underneath. Okay, so here comes the top. So the top is definitely the fastest, which is good. Now we need the tank to be the next fastest. See, the log is too fast, right? The log's gonna... and the top is also too fast. Okay, so the logs... we'll sequence the log. And we'll sequence the top. Tanks are super, super slow to start. Once it gets going, then the sequence will be fine. But the initial one is way too slow to fill the first tank. So once it gets going, though, the tanks will all be spawning. It's just because it takes forever for it to get those from the grinder into the facility. Okay, so the log sequences, the cap sequences... the tank is there. So now we gotta hope that the cap pushes first, which it does. Tank goes. And then see, it gets pushed up. Perfect. And then the log goes underneath. And that's amazing. And then we can push the whole thing off with a sensor here. We can weld the whole thing. Actually, we can push the sensor over one. So the next log will push the previous one out of the way. Weld that whole thing like that. And this piston can go here. And I mean, this should be it, really. We should have the whole solution. And then that whole thing just pushes it off and just like this. Okay, so let's just check to make sure. So we've got the radio cap comes over, waits, and then goes up. We've got the tank, which just gets fed over to the tank filling machine and then goes over and gets stacked up. We've got the grinding machine of science, which grinds down the tree and then grinds it there into 3 pieces and then feeds it over to the machine. I mean, this should be it. So here comes our cap and the glass container. Grinding machine hacking up stacks of 3. First log is waiting. Second stack is waiting. Okay, good. Perfect. That goes up. That goes up. Oh no! So trigger it off the cap, I guess, actually. When the next cap is ready to come through, you push off the previous previous set, and then that should work. And we'll put the piston way up at the top, so it only pushes the other cap. Yeah, that should trigger it properly. So when your cap comes through, it's like, hey, I've got a new cap ready to go for the next system. We're gonna push off the old one. And actually, we'll move the sensor over one, just so that way it has a little bit more time to retract the piston. Okay, this should work now. I think this is the final solution. So the cap comes over. It's gonna trigger that piston eventually once the second one gets there. Yeah. That's fine though. And then it's welded. Perfect. Wait, what? How did that get... Oh, okay, the cap. That's actually perfect sequencing. Look at that. A little bit slow. But I mean, there's a lot of steps to this. We're filling up stuff. It's really cool. I don't know how you'd... I guess to make this faster, you'd have to have a better grinding system that just collects more of the rock stuff. This is awesome, though. What a great assembly. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Yeah, so most people's cycle score, again, I think you could speed it up if you collected more of the wood, although you can only spawn so many caps and tanks at the same time. But I think if you had more rocks, you could probably increase that initial starting time. And then, you know, pretty good footprint score and pretty good block score, so not a bad puzzle. So there's 3 puzzles left in this section, but I think we're going to leave them for the next episode. Another meat product puzzle, which should be pretty quick, and then, of course, a terrestrial drone puzzle and an aerial combat puzzle. I don't really know. I'm assuming this is going to be very quick, just like the Gophers. Probably more Gopher collection or something. Terrestrial drone, no idea. Might be complicated, but I think should be able to get all 3 done in the next episode and then move on to the next part of the campaign that you guys are all talking about. But make sure if you guys like this series, hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. The more I play it, the better I think I'm getting, and I really hope you guys enjoy it too. And I'm really hoping that there is more to this game because, you know, it's just so much fun to try and solve these puzzles and really figure out how to do these crazy assemblies. So make sure you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.